Welcome to the Morning English Podcast. Listen, learn, and speak English daily.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to our podcast. My name is Emma, and we are so happy that you are here with us today.
And I'm Mark. Yes, welcome everyone. It's wonderful to have you here with us today.
We are just so glad you're hanging out with us. You know, you are basically like a third friend sitting right here at the table with us.
Yeah, exactly. So grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you like. This is a very relaxed place to learn real English with absolutely no pressure.
That's so true. We just want you to feel totally comfortable while you practice listening. Speaking of being comfortable, how is your morning going so far?
Oh, it's going pretty well. Well, actually, I had a funny little moment earlier today.
Really? Tell me more.
Well, I was making my morning coffee.
Right.
And I accidentally dropped the spoon on the floor. My dog just ran over and stared at it like it was a brand new toy.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Did he try to eat it?
No, he just sniffed it.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me like I dropped it on purpose just to trick him. It was just a silly, happy little start to my day.
That is so cute. And you know, sharing a small, everyday moment like that actually connects perfectly to what we were talking about today.
It really does. Because today, we have a fantastic topic. We're going to talk about how to answer a question you hear every single day. We are learning how to talk about your day in English.
Exactly. We are going to show you how to turn a normal, boring Tuesday into a great little story. You will learn some super useful vocabulary and a simple 3-step formula to make your English conversations feel natural and fun.
It's going to be so helpful. But before we begin, if you enjoy learning with us, please take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with just one friend who is also learning English. It helps us so much.
Yes, please do. Okay, let's dive in. I have a question for you and for everyone listening. Think about your own life. When someone asks you, "How was your day?" do you actually know what to say?
That is such a good question.
Yeah.
Because it sounds so simple, right? 4 easy words. How is your day? But sometimes it feels really hard to answer.
Good point. Especially because usually when people ask this, it's like 6:00 p.m. You just got home, you put your keys down, you take off your coat, and your brain is just totally tired.
Yeah, your brain is out of energy. You know, the thinking part of your brain is just exhausted.
Right. And because we are so tired, a lot of people make one of 2 big mistakes. The first mistake is giving a very short one-word answer. Like you just say, fine, or good, or busy.
Oh, yeah. I do that sometimes.
We all do. But giving a one-word answer is like handing the other person a conversational brick wall.
A brick wall. I really like that phrase. Let's explain that one.
Yeah, so a brick wall is a heavy wall made of red blocks. If you drive a car into a brick wall, you crash and stop completely.
Exactly. So in a conversation, a brick wall means the conversation crashes. It just stops. If I say, "How was your day?" you say, "Fine."
There is nowhere else to go. The talking is over.
Try saying it with us, everyone. A brick wall.
A brick wall. Great job. So saying fine is the first mistake, but then there's the opposite mistake. And this one might be even worse.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. The documentary.
Yes. The documentary. A documentary is a very long, very detailed, factual movie. Some people answer, "How was your day?" by listing every single tiny thing they did since they woke up.
Right, like they just open the door and let all the details pour out.
Exactly. They say, well, I woke up at 7 a.m., I drank some water, I opened the curtains to check the weather, I changed my shirt because it was itchy, and then I left the house.
And as the listener, you were just thinking, oh, wow, this is so boring. They haven't even left the house yet.
It's totally exhausting. Giving all those boring details is kind of like forcing someone to look at every single bad photo on your phone.
That's a great comparison.
Right. Instead of just showing them the best pictures, the highlight album, you show them everything. You're like, here's a blurry photo of the floor, and here is a photo of my thumb.
Yeah, it's too much information. It takes a lot of mental energy for the listener to understand what is actually important. We can call that a cognitive burden. It just means it's heavy and tiring for the brain.
Exactly. But I have to admit, I struggle with this sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. Because sometimes I feel like those little details, like the curtains or the itchy shirt, I feel like they help paint a picture. I want the person to feel like they were there with me.
That's so true. We want to be understood. But the problem is, if the detail doesn't connect to the main point, it just confuses people.
So we have the brick wall of saying fine, and we have the blurry photos of the long documentary. How do we fix this?
Well, there is a kind of magic formula for telling a great mini story about your day. It is so easy. It had 3 simple parts.
Ooh, I love a good formula. What are the 3 parts?
One moment, One honest feeling and what changed.
One moment, one honest feeling, and what changed. That is so clear.
Yeah, if you remember nothing else today, memorize that structure. Let's practice using it with an example. Imagine you had a bad morning because you missed your train to work.
Okay, I can relate to this.
Right, so instead of talking about waking up and looking at the curtains, we skip straight to the first part, the moment.
Okay, so the moment is the exciting or important part.
Exactly. So the moment is you arrive at the train station early, you are standing on the platform holding your coffee, feeling very proud of yourself, but then you look up and realize you are waiting on the completely wrong side of the tracks.
Oh no, that is the worst feeling.
And you just watch your train arrive on the other side, open its doors, close them, and drive away.
That is such a clear moment. I can see it perfectly in my mind. So what is the next step in the formula?
The next step is the honest feeling. How did that moment make you feel inside?
Well, I would feel really silly. Like I would feel caught off guard.
Caught off guard, that is a fantastic English idiom.
Yeah, let's explain it. If you are caught off guard, it means something surprises you in a bad way because you were not ready for it.
Try saying it with us, everyone. Caught off guard.
Caught off guard. Excellent. So you feel caught off guard, and then maybe you start to panic, right?
Oh, totally. A lot of times our brains like to expect the worst possible thing. We make a huge disaster out of a small problem.
Like you miss one train, which means you'll be 7 minutes late, but your brain says, I am going to be fired. My life is over.
Yes. You might even pull out your phone and type a dramatic text message to your boss saying, I am so sorry, I'm going to be incredibly late today.
I do that all the time. But wait, before you send that text, we need the third part of the formula.
Exactly. The third part is what changed, what we can call the turnaround.
A turnaround is when a bad situation flips and becomes a good situation.
Right. So in our story, what changed is that a nice older man sees you looking confused. He asks where you're going, and he points to a temporary sign that you didn't see.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you quickly walk over the bridge, you catch the very next train, and you were only 4 minutes late to work.
Wow. So your brain expected a disaster, but the reality was only a 4-minute delay.
Exactly. So if someone asks, how was your day? You just put the three parts together.
Let me try. I would say, well, my day got off to a shaky start because I waited on the wrong train platform. I was totally caught off guard and felt so foolish, but a nice stranger pointed me in the right direction and I was only 4 minutes late.
That was perfect. It is short, it is interesting, and it gives the other person a chance to reply naturally. They can say, oh no, which station were you at?
It really is like throwing a conversational ball for them to catch.
Exactly. Now, to help you edit your own stories, there are 3 helpful questions you can ask yourself before you speak.
Okay, tell me the questions.
Number 1, did this detail create the problem? Number 2, did it show the feeling? And number 3, did it help explain the change?
So if the answer is no, you just leave that detail out, like the itchy shirt from earlier.
Right. The itchy shirt didn't make you miss the train, it didn't show panic, and it didn't help the stranger point at the sign. So drop it.
That makes so much sense. But, Mark, oops, I mean, missing a train is a very physical, visible thing.
Yeah, that's true.
What happens when the problem is invisible? Like, what if the bad part of your day was just a mental problem or a stressful conversation at work?
That is a great question, because those internal struggles are usually what ruins our mood the most.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about a situation that so many people can relate to, the confusing work call.
Oh boy, I know this one.
Right. Imagine your morning is going great, you feel very organized, but then you have a phone call with your team, and you try to explain a project, but you talk about too many things at once.
Right, you jump from point A to point C to point B.
Exactly. You create a giant cloud of confusion, and the person on the other end is just silent.
That silence is the worst.
It really is. And when someone is confused, our natural instinct is to talk even more. We start over-explaining.
Which is such a bad idea.
But
When you over-explain, you hand the listener a tangled string. They can't follow your main point.
tangled is a great word. Tangled means all mixed up in knots, like messy hair or old headphones.
Yeah, more words do not solve a problem that was created by too many words.
So true. So how do we use our magic formula for this invisible problem? What is the change?
Well, the change happens when you force yourself to stop talking. You just take a breath, you say, let me start again, and you offer just one simple idea at a time.
Ah, so you get the meeting back on track.
Exactly. So the story becomes, my day started great, but I made a work call super confusing by explaining too much at once. I felt really embarrassed, but I stopped, simplified my points, and got everything back on track.
That is brilliant. The moment was the silent phone call, the feeling was embarrassment, and the change was taking a breath and simplifying.
See, the formula works for mental hurdles too. Speaking of mental hurdles, let's talk about procrastination.
Oh, procrastination. The act of delaying something you need to do. I am an expert at this.
We all are. Think about a time you avoided making a phone call for customer service. Let's say there is a strange $24 charge on your bank account.
Oh, I would avoid that for a whole week.
Right, because your brain thinks the phone call will take an hour. You imagine waiting on hold forever.
Yes, you are putting it off. To put something off is a great phrasal verb. It means to delay doing something until later.
Let's practice that one. Put it off.
Put it off. Awesome. So you put off the phone call, and it just takes up space in your brain all week. You feel stressed at dinner, stressed at the gym.
The anxiety just grows and grows. But then you use a trick. You write down 3 simple things on a sticky note.
Okay.
The date, the amount, and what you want them to fix.
Writing it down makes it feel smaller.
Exactly. And then you finally make the call, and guess what? It takes exactly 6 minutes.
Only 6 minutes. That is amazing.
They fix the problem immediately, and you feel this massive, wonderful sense of relief.
I love that feeling. So if someone asks how your day was, you can say, the best part of my day was finally dealing with a stupid bank problem I was putting off for a week. The dread was weighing on me, but I made a 6-minute call, and the relief is amazing.
And that is a beautiful story, because everyone understands relief. The best part of your day doesn't have to be a big adventure. Conquering a tiny, annoying task is totally relatable.
That is so true. But what if your day is just normal? What if there is no problem you fixed? What if it's just minor annoyances?
This is where everyday storytelling becomes an art form. You have to find the little spark in a boring day.
Okay, let's picture a really annoying, boring moment. The umbrella incident.
The umbrella incident. Tell me more.
So you walk out of a grocery store, your arms are full of heavy bags, and suddenly it starts pouring rain.
Oh, bad luck.
And it gets worse. The wind blows really hard and your umbrella flips completely inside out. It's broken. You are getting soaked. Your bags are slipping and you just feel totally defeated.
There's nothing you can do. You just have to stand there and lose to the weather.
Exactly. But then a stranger walks by. They look at your crazy broken umbrella and they just laugh a little and say, well, that thing is completely given up.
And maybe they hold one of your bags for a second while you fix it.
Yes, it is just a 2-minute interaction, but it totally lifts your mood.
Lifts your mood means it makes you feel happier. That's a great expression.
It is. And the magic formula still works here. The moment is the broken umbrella in the rain. The feeling is defeat and feeling ridiculous. But the change is that a stranger made a joke and your mood lifted.
It shows that being a little bit vulnerable, letting someone see you when things are messy, can actually create a really nice connection.
A silver lining. A positive thing in a negative situation. Okay, let's do one more situation before we wrap up. What if your plans get canceled?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. You finish work, you put on nice clothes, you're excited to see a friend, you leave the house, and then buzz. Your phone vibrates. Your friend has to cancel at the last minute.
And suddenly you are just standing outside all alone.
Right. You feel this huge disappointment. You have this big empty space of free time, and our brains hate that. We want to rush home and be angry on the sofa.
Yeah, we feel like a free evening is an emergency we have to fix immediately.
But what if you don't rush home? What if you decide to make the most of it?
To make the most of it. That means to turn a bad situation into the best possible experience.
Try saying it, everyone. Make the most of it.
Make the most of it. Great work.
So you decide to make the most of it. You buy a nice coffee, you sit on a bench in the park, and you just watch the people walking by.
You let the evening be peaceful instead of being angry.
Exactly. So your story is, my plans fell through, which was really disappointing, but I decided to stay out and sit in the park, and I ended up having a lovely, quiet evening.
It's honest, it's real, and it invites the other person to ask questions.
Yes, it totally removes the pressure of the big question, how was your day? You don't need to give a perfect timeline, you just need one relatable human moment.
So, ditch the two extremes. No more brick walls where you just say fine, and no more boring documentaries about what time you woke up.
Just find your clear thread. Start with the hook. Oh, it started off badly, or one funny thing happened today, and then give them the formula.
One moment, one honest feeling, and what changed.
Before we go, I want to leave you with a really interesting thought to think about on your own.
Ooh, a final thought. Let's hear it.
We spent this whole time talking about how this formula helps you tell a better story after your day is over. But what if knowing this formula actually changes how you experience your day in real time?
Oh, wow. That is a cool perspective.
Right. Like next time your umbrella breaks in the rain or you miss your train, instead of getting super angry, maybe you'll just take a deep breath and think, well, this is going to be a fantastic opening line for my next conversation.
That is so true. You literally start looking for the story in your everyday life.
Yeah.
It makes bad moments feel a lot less stressful.
Absolutely. Okay, let's do a super quick review of the vocabulary we learned today before we say goodbye.
Great idea. First, we had a brick wall. That's when a conversation just completely stops, like crashing into a wall.
Then we had the highlight album. That means only showing the best, most important parts of the story, not the boring details.
We learned caught off guard, which means being surprised by something you weren't ready for.
And we talked about putting something off, which means procrastinating or delaying a task you don't want to do.
Now it is time for your speaking challenge. The next time someone asks you, how was your day, worry, we challenge you to not say fine. Instead, use the 3 steps. One moment, one feeling, what changed.
Yes, try it out in real life. Thank you all so much for joining our English conversation today. Remember to practice your English a little bit every single day.
Keep listening, keep speaking, and don't worry about making mistakes. You are doing a fantastic job.
We are so proud of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Take care.